A lot of pressure, man.
Yeah, it is. Evil.
Knievel.
Not our real names.
Nailed it.
Oh, you want me to do my bit? Okay, here we go.
Who are those guys?
You're gonna love it. It's just a little independent.
That might have been too much, man.
Well, welcome to A Little Independent, the podcast where two friends talk about independent, obscure, or just plain weird movies. My name is Ryan.
And I'm Todd.
Hi, Todd.
Hi, Ryan.
Now, there's one time that I said, "Hey, Todd," and you were really upset.
It's 2 episodes ago, and I quiver each time now, like in anticipation. Oh, did you get that? That's another musical.
I did. You made that.
That was another dark musical leading into.
Yeah, there was. So this is episode 20 of A Little Independent, and we have a first. We have a guest.
Very exciting.
And we've been talking about this a while. I think guests would be fun, and this is really like a podcast where we want to share what we're doing, but selfishly, I guess in a way, our first guest is my wife, who I've talked about on the podcast a lot. My wife.
There we go. There it is.
Jessica Buck.
Woohoo!
Hi.
Hi, Ryan. How are you?
I'm good. How are you? You
Hi,
made
Todd.
that as awkward as you wanted it to be.
It's not like they rode in the car together over here.
And there's a really specific reason why she is a guest on this podcast. And but I wanted to start with something I want to share with you, because we have our uniforms, right?
Yeah.
And I found something at Meijer. Not a sponsor of this show. Discarded in the Lego section. Now, Todd,
in the store.
Yeah, in the store, in the grocery store.
So how is it discarded? It's still for sale, right? Or did you steal it?
It was just cast asunder.
Because I used to arrest people that stole at Meijer.
Oh, yes, you did. You're a security man. You're a bad man.
Repo man.
So I want you to describe what I'm showing to you, and maybe this could be the mascot for our podcast.
Mascot. It's upside down. Let me slowly turn it over.
Sorry.
No, this... Oh, get the fuck out of here. Oh, all right. So this is 8 inches long, people.
Not that kind of podcast.
And has 14 points of articulation.
Also not that kind of podcast.
It's getting worse.
The upper left-hand corner says 17 plus.
Also not your...
I am reading, and then the bottom left corner says warning, choking label. Choking hazard. So it's 8 inches long, has a warning for a choking hazard.
Yeah.
Has 14 points of articulation.
People have turned off the podcast at this point.
The upper right-hand corner says horror with an H, not a W. And it is The Silence of the Lambs, Hannibal Lecter.
It's again.
So this was laying on top of the what?
I took my son
Legos?
to look for some Legos, because he'd done great things that day and whatever. So I'm at Meijer, and across from the Lego display is this. It's a Hannibal Lecter doll from The Silence of the Lambs. And I know this isn't a visual podcast, and we talked about our uniforms.
I gave it all I had.
You did.
You described it really well.
Yeah.
You did. You described it really horny, is what you did. But
I just read the label.
I'm not big about maybe holding on to things for money. So I could take that thing out of the package, and that could be our podcast mascot moving forward.
Well, I'm looking at it as a serendipitous moment there. The gods have put this down for you to, the podcast gods have given this to us.
You see the mask down there?
So our uniform is Buffalo Bill. By the way, which Jessica is toting with a black leather jacket over the top and some spiky heels. I mean, she's ready to perform.
Every once in a while, you're like, I married way outside.
Oh, I've known that
station.
the day I met you. Yeah, yeah, we But
So,
we don't say it out loud.
Yeah,
so.
yeah. So, this could be a thing that could be our little totem, our podcast mascot that I bring to every podcast.
I've seen it. Because he left it on the kitchen table. And our 10-year-old then started asking me questions about it. He is convinced Hannibal Lecter is a garbage man, for one thing.
Oh, yeah.
The jumpsuit. The thing that gives it away. And is very curious about why he has to wear the mask. And so we had to end that conversation. But thank you so much for bringing that into our home.
We had to kind of explain the shirts.
Breakfast table. That was fantastic.
Oh, my God.
Well, you didn't tell him he bites people's faces off?
I let him discover those things on his own.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well, it does say 17 plus.
It
so
does.
We got to wait a few years.
Thank goodness there's a rating because that saved us.
He has interesting dining options. That's what he does. So, again, welcome to A Little Independent. We're going to say that this is episode 20, which is pretty exciting.
It's like an anniversary.
Yeah. It does feel like a milestone.
Yeah.
And
is it
this
paper
week
or silver? The 20th podcast.
25 is silver.
25.
Right?
I don't. I don't know if 20 is anything.
I should have brought you a gift. That's on me, guys.
It's right here.
No, you allowed me to keep.
Oh, see, maybe you bought that for Todd. Is that your 20th podcasting anniversary?
It's a mascot, so it's really
that's when you give serial killers.
Our gift.
She allowed me to keep that in our home. That was our gift.
You give serial killers for the 20th.
So this
now
episode,
it's going to stay in New Leonard's home.
This is going to be a new Leonard Media mascot, the creepy Hannibal Lecter. So this week it's my movie, and are you shocked that I'm the first one to suggest a musical?
No.
Knowing what you know about me?
No, because you liked that. What was the one you liked with The
Greatest Showman.
Oh.
Yeah, which I hadn't seen.
But I fucking hate musicals.
Yeah.
So,
are
you shocked that
I never had one on my radar? An independent musical I have none on my radar, so I didn't really.
And I would think, and hopefully, viewers or listeners rather, will look for independent musicals. But the movie is called Repo, the Genetic Opera, and it's Repo with an exclamation point behind Repo, the Genetic Opera. I didn't write down the year. But I think
2008.
2008. And the description is a worldwide epidemic encourages a biotech company to launch an organ financing program similar in nature to a standard car loan. The repossession clause is killer, however. Your thoughts?
It's good. That fits.
Jess, do you like the description? If you read that as a musical theater person, would you be interested in that?
Definitely.
You would.
I was just actually thinking that the independent musical category has to be fairly small. But this as an independent musical, I think is, breaking new ground.
But so it's decidedly kind of an aggressive idea, but one that I think sounds plausible. In this country, I think this could happen. And that's what's interesting about this movie.
Well,
Sweeney Todd is aggressive too. The demon barber of Fleet Street that he's killing all his.
Interesting that you say that.
Well, I think
because there's a distinct connection to this movie to that.
Well, there's a lot of pretty dirty musicals that I feel like this was
dirty musicals.
I love musicals. There are Chicago gets pretty risque, and so does Cabaret.
Why do you say dirty musical?
Well, I mean,
because it's gritty and it's
right. Yeah, dirty feel to it. Yeah,
wow.
Absolutely.
So we have Dirty Socrates and Repo Man. Now we have Dirty Musical.
I love
and
the
Repo,
idea of a dirty musical.
Genetic.
So it's billed as a horror musical sci-fi. What do you guys think about that?
Yeah, because it's post-apocalyptic. That's the sci-fi part, and the horror, obviously.
And musical.
Yeah.
Do you think that's
clearly
true?
Musical? Yeah.
So it stars Paul Sorvino. Paul Sorvino.
Yeah, I had to be a big get for this, right?
How did they get him for this movie? So what do you...
He only plays gangsters, right?
Well, so that's what I was going to say. What do you... When you look at Paul Sorvino, what do you think?
My thought is he really loves to sing. And I think he's been his whole career waiting for someone to cast him as an opera singer. And now he had this opportunity and he was going for it.
So that was him singing.
Oh, absolutely.
I think so.
I felt that way. I just wasn't 100% sure.
He's credited as Roti Largo. He has 169 film credits.
Roti
Largo.
I thought it was Roddy, like rotten.
Roti. Maybe it is Roddy. Yeah, actually. His first credit is the 1970 film Where's Papa, starring George Segal, and was directed by Carl Reiner. So his first movie was 1970.
Meathead's dad? Or Meathead?
Shit.
Archie Bunker.
Meathead's dad.
Okay.
Thank you. Thank you. He's also in a movie that I love, like a cheesy, crazy horror movie called The Stuff. Do you remember The Stuff?
No.
Where there's this, it's a take on consumerism. And it's this marshmallow fluff called The Stuff, and it takes you over and it makes you crazy.
Yeah. We might have to get a camera because it just missed a golden moment. Jess was shaking her head no on a podcast, and it would have been gold on camera.
This isn't visual?
He's also in a movie.
Podcasting isn't a visual medium?
No, it's not at this point. He's also in a movie that I haven't seen, but it's interesting. It's called Vasectomy, A Delicate Matter.
So this isn't out of the realm of other movies he's done, is
I
what
guess
you're
not.
saying.
But
This
Vasectomy,
fits.
A Delicate Matter. He's uncredited in the film The Firm, which is a great, Grisham, Tom Cruise movie.
So you go from Vasectomy to The Firm?
Yeah. Well, no, not
what the hell's going on here?
On purpose.
He's in a movie called Airship Dracula, which is billed as snakes on a plane, but Dracula's on an airship.
Okay.
Wow. Just watched a Netflix movie that had a vampire trapped on an airplane that was being hijacked. It just came out on Netflix.
Oh, shit.
It's called Blood Red Sky, and it's a foreign film.
Oh.
And the premise is outstanding. It just, let you watch it and decide on your own. But some of it didn't deliver for me at the end. But the premise of this movie was amazing. Yeah. And that's funny you said that because it's like almost they're on a transatlantic flight.
So Airship Dracula and a better version of that. But I mean, when I think of Paul Sorvino, I think of Goodfellas.
Yeah, gangster movie.
I mean, I think of slicing that thin garlic, in the prison in Goodfellas, and he has that energy. But in this, he has that energy, but the singing. This motherfucker can sing. Holy shit.
And he truly is singing in an operatic style, which I think is different than how a lot of the other people are singing. Shiloh does a lot of talk singing throughout it, but Sorvino he's not phoning it in.
Yeah, and he chooses when to use that operatic voice. So second build is Anthony Head. Nathan, 127 credits. Have you seen him in anything? The lead actor, I guess?
Not really. I mean... He kind of looked familiar, but I couldn't name anything he was in.
He's noted. He's in a 2004 movie, and this is insensitive, but a 2004 movie called Fat Slags.
Oh.
with Jerry O'Connell.
Oh.
He's uncredited as man in street who greets Todd after competition in Sweeney Todd.
Really?
So the lead in this movie, to your point, is in Sweeney Todd, the Demon Barbers of Fleet Street.
So we know he loves musicals about killing people.
Yeah, and he's a singer.
And regular movies about killing people.
Mm-hmm.
He plays Benedict in Ghost Rider: Spirit of Vengeance, which, if you know me, I love Crank, and I love Neville Dean and Taylor, and Neville Dean and Taylor directed the second Ghost Rider movie, so this guy's in that. And he's also in a 2016 movie called A Street Cat Named Bob.
Wow, he was...
which is based on a best-selling book about a cat who does awesome things, apparently. A street cat named Bob.
It's not a streetcar named Desire.
No, it's a street cat named Bob. Third build is Alexa Panavega, who plays Shiloh Wallace. Had you ever seen her in anything?
No.
So she was in Sin City 2.
That I had seen her. I knew I had seen her in something. I could not place her.
She was one of the gang in the second part of that. And she also plays Carmen Cortez in all of the Spy Kids movies. She's in all of the Spy Kids movies.
Well, it's Rodriguez.
Oh. Yeah.
Was writer, director, editor on all those.
She was also in a straight-to-video movie, 1998, Dennis the Menace Strikes Again, which stars Don Rickles, George Kennedy, Brian Doyle Murray, Betty White, and Carrot Top.
That might be our next
Are
Friday
you fucking
night.
kidding me?
All old school.
Dennis the Menace Strikes Again. Who knows how many that they did. And she also plays Steven Seagal's daughter in the 1996 classic, The Glimmer Man.
Sorry, I missed that
You made
one.
me watch that, The Glimmer Man?
Yes.
That seems very familiar.
We watched it for another podcast.
Have I fallen asleep to that movie?
You fell asleep to that.
I think I have.
And that's the infamous movie where Seagal was wearing his large kimonos and stuff, and he said he didn't want to kill anybody. He's like, I won't make this movie if I have to kill anybody. So they had to adjust.
Well, Aikido is
It was Damon Wayans. Damon Wayans. He throws people through windows, but he doesn't kill anybody.
My favorite Seagal is Seagal in a kimono.
That's what he's been living in for a while.
It's really...
The next build is Sarah Brightman, who played Blind Meg. Blind Mag. Do you know who Sarah? You know who Sarah?
You told me after, right?
Yeah, I do.
Had you seen her before?
Oh yeah, she's the most. I
now
got
I
some
forgot.
notes. We'll get to her.
Tell me again. I forgot again though. You had to tell me who she was.
She came from Broadway.
Right.
She's not an actress. She is a singer. I think she was one of the first people in Cats.
And I think that's obvious. I think she leaves
Her
everyone,
voice is unbelievable,
in
right?
the dust. Yeah.
Yep. Like
I could have listened to her all day.
It's like,
yeah. I'm gonna make some reference to her coming up.
Awesome.
So I'm gonna keep my gun in the holster right now.
In her career, she was a huge humanitarian. She was a charitable supporter. She was appointed as the UNESCO Artist for Peace from 2012 to 2014. She hasn't done a lot of movies, but she did do the soundtrack for Wanted, the movie you like, with the bullshit curving bullets garbage.
Yeah, let's talk about Seagal and what were other wonderful gems that you like.
There's no point of reference.
Lit up about. I liked Wanted. I absolutely did.
I know you did.
And you think it's funny.
Curving bullets. If you move your arm fast, the bullet. Oh God.
Okay, so Fast and Furious, folks, is okay. Everything in there does not defy laws of gravity
Cars
or
don't fly, Don.
any possibility.
Cars do fly if you
Cars don't
shoot
fly.
them out of a plane. Next build is Bill Moseley, who plays Luigi Largo. Now, I have a story about Bill Moseley. Do you know who this is? The older...
the angry kid or the
angry son? The angry son.
The angry son, okay.
He's got 135 credits. He's probably best known for Rob Zombie's most recent movies.
That is how I know him best.
And so...
He's terrifying.
Yeah. House of a Thousand Corpses, The Devil's Rejects, Three from Hell.
He's in all those?
More movies that make you feel like you need to watch a Disney movie
it's kind of like
just to cleanse yourself.
It's kind of like the horror resurgence of John Travolta from Pulp Fiction. Like, he's a guy who's been in 135 things. He currently has 17 movies in pre-production.
Wow.
And one of them is called The Vampire Santa 1, The Beginning. And
going for a cult.
And he's been in a ton of stuff. And when I was a kid, we went to the local video store, and my dad would say, you grab something, I'll grab something for me and your mom. And I remember I grabbed Texas Chainsaw Massacre 2. And this was 2 years after.
As you do.
2 years
when
after
you're
it came
a kid.
out.
You're how old?
8.
8 or 9. And I go up to the counter with, and this is...
Have a lot of things become clear to you about Ryan?
I've heard this story. I just wanted to make sure or part of this story, or a similar one anyway, about the video store. You could get whatever the hell you wanted. And,
yeah.
And
then, so I as a little tyke, I put this
8-year-old tyke,
cover onto the counter. I probably had to get on my tippy toes to do it. And the woman who ran or was in the counter said, "My son is in this movie."
Yeah.
And I was like, "What?" And she said, "My son is in this movie," having no thought to the fact that an 8-year-old kid was like, "I'm going to put one of the most violent movies ever on your counter to watch."
Maybe she thought you were just putting it up there for dad.
And maybe I was. So, okay.
Let's hope. Let's hope.
Yeah. She said, so in the movie, he's a character who has a metal plate in his head, and he scratches it. He heats it up with a lighter.
She explained all of this to your 8 sweet little face?
Yeah, he heats up a hanger with a lighter, and he scratches the skin, and he eats it.
And you wouldn't explain the mask to your son.
I had to stop. I told him he's a garbage man.
And I was like, that's awesome. And she's like, he's also in Silent Night, Deadly Night Part 3.
Did she tell you what he did in that one?
Yes, he has a blood bubble over his head. He's the villain. And Texas Chainsaw Massacre 2 was Bill Moseley's second film.
All right.
And admittedly, you've never seen it, right?
No.
It's fucking nuts. It's fucking nuts. But he is so good in it. He, like, as an ensemble, like, horror character, he's really good. And he creates a character. It's his second film. Silent Night, Deadly Night is like his fourth. So he's known for horror. But, Jess, to your point, you hate him in the Rob Zombie movies.
I do.
And
I hate him a lot.
Is so violent.
I didn't hate him less in this movie either.
He's so violent. And to look at interviews with him, he is uncomfortable with swearing. He's uncomfortable with all of this stuff. So he hates. He's not this guy. So as an actor, I think this guy's fucking brilliant.
Yeah.
Because all of this makes him uncomfortable.
Yeah.
But he's typecast into these monsters.
And clearly he's
he
working.
do it well. Yeah.
I mean,
yeah.
It's
so
working for him.
You hate him because of his acting character, not hate him
because
like he sucks as an actor.
Yes. No, I think he's great at making me feel very uncomfortable.
Okay.
Does he?
He does that very, very well.
Oh yeah, even in this movie, you know, when he's yelling and yeah.
I'm gonna give some props to Terrence Zdunick, and I hope I'm not getting that wrong, but he is billed as the grave robber.
Yeah.
And I consider him in just in these kind of movies, in musicals, there's usually a narrator who kind of pushes things forward.
Yes.
And is that right?
Absolutely. I was going to compare him to the MC in Cabaret. I think that he absolutely has that role where he interacts a bit with the people who are in the main plot line, but otherwise is there to move the story along. I thought his part was great. He was my favorite part.
Did you like him?
Yeah.
The grave robber?
Yeah, I'm going to talk about him.
Oh my gosh.
When
okay. So
you didn't?
He was great. He's also credited as the illustrator comic book. So I think throughout the movie, there are little things that push the story forward that are kind of comic related. And I think he illustrated all that stuff.
All that comic book stuff he did?
In between everybody's story. I think he illustrated that stuff.
You think he's in some death metal band?
Probably.
He looks like it.
This movie is based on a 2006 short film. And the lead in the short film, Michael fucking Rooker. Yondu from Guardians of the Galaxy.
Is he cool?
Yeah.
Yeah, okay.
I'm still deer in the headlights.
So
who?
This was a short film, and we'll get to a little bit of that later. But Michael Rooker played the Repo Man in the short film that this movie was based on, that all the original people had everything to do with. Also, honorable mention, Ogre from Skinny Puppy is in this.
That makes you so happy. Even when our 14-year-old came in to watch this movie, which she clearly should not have been watching, and came in at a very... Yes, she did. And I was like, good night. Good night. And then he had to stop her so that he could explain that was Skinny Puppy.
So Ogre from Skinny Puppy is in it. And also Paris Hilton is in this movie.
Okay, I'm a little lost in the Skinny Puppy thing. This is another movie.
Skinny Puppy is a industrial metal band, and Ogre is in that band. And he's kind of a legend.
And who is it?
He's the son with the face on his face.
Okay. Oh. So you never see his face.
You never you see.
So how do you know it's him? Really him?
Well, because he affects an accent a lot, and he's credited. So yeah, I don't know. Maybe it's not.
Okay.
But again, I full disclosure, Paris Hilton is in this movie. And on our movie
podcast, you chose
a
Paris Hilton
I chose a movie that Paris Hilton is in.
Yes, you did.
Directed by Darren Lynn Bousman, who directed Saw 2, 3, and 4 in the remake of Mother's Day. And he directed the 2006 short, written by Darren Smith, who is also the composer. So it was written by the composer. His main writing credit, this is his main writing credit, and Terrence Zudnich has also written The Devil's Carnival and The Devil's Carnival 2. So the grave robber guy. So it's kind of like a family affair.
Yeah.
You know, like people did the short, and then they brought this to bear.
Yeah. Well, it makes sense because if he wrote all the songs and all the lyrics for all the songs, that's most of the movie.
Yeah. So tagline from the poster.
Okay.
From the producers of Saw.
That was the tagline from the producers of Saw. They had the gem in the description of it being a killer financing plan, and they used from the producers of Saw.
And the other credited tagline is "Not Your Parents' Opera."
That's awful.
Which also doesn't describe anything at all about the movie.
1 hour and 38 minutes. Budget $8.5 million.
Which is, I thought, was a very high budget.
Yeah, I thought it was a hell of a production. I really did.
The look of this movie is
just recording all that music, getting all that mixed. Jesus.
Yeah. That's a good point.
That would have took forever.
Yeah. Well, and Paul Sorvino, he needs that.
Yeah, and who knows?
7.5 went to Paul.
Yeah, that's his Goodfellas money.
So some notes. Winner of Groundbreaker Award at the Fantasia Film Festival. Nominated. Yeah, I mean, see,
it is a groundbreaker. I would call it a groundbreaker.
Between Todd and I, most of his movies, I talk a lot more about awards. A lot of mine don't have
lately anyway, right?
It was nominated for the Audience Award at the Toronto After Dark Film Festival and 2 Razzies.
That's the 2 festivals
I know what the first one is. I don't know what the second one is.
So the Razzies are worst movies and worst films of the year. And both of the Razzies were for Paris Hilton.
Oh,
she was nominated for Worst Actress of the Decade for this, The Hottie and the Naughty and House of Wax, and she won Worst Supporting Actress for this movie that year. And I kind of...
She wasn't that bad.
Oh, no, she was that bad. She was painful to watch. I disagree. Absolutely 100%. I couldn't...
That scene where she straddles a guy in her underwear at the end there?
Yeah.
I mean, I thought that was...
you thought that had real production value?
I thought that was brilliant.
Yeah, I'm sure. She made some
off.
really artistic choices.
Her legs were perfectly tan. Ryan, you're sleeping on the couch tonight.
Yeah. So the movie starts and it's set in the not too distant future, 2056, and there is an epidemic of organ failures. And Gene Co., again, which is not uncommon, is that you have something happen and somebody takes advantage of it.
Well, it's the whole profit before people.
Right.
And traditionally it's gotten worse and worse and worse. And so this is definitely a viable trajectory where the human race could be going to.
Yeah. And so they offer organs on a payment plan, as you see in the description. But if you can't pay...
Which I have a question. I was unclear as to whether or not they were recycling the organs. So once they pull the organ out of the person, right, when they repossess the organ, then are they trying to reuse that organ? Or is the whole reason that they're pulling it out just because you can't have their property if you're not paying?
Oh.
My take on it was one of the organs, and I believe it was a heart.
It was always hearts. They were always pulling out hearts.
No, it was in the beginning.
It's very graphic and brutal.
Yes.
Yeah. And just so people know, this is like...
It's not your parents' opera.
No, you'll throw... if you can't handle people being gutted, you're going to throw up for sure.
And
if they've been watching your other suggestions, they're ready to follow you down this rabbit hole.
They've seen Zombievers at this point.
Yeah, the beavers definitely went up a notch.
Poker Night was worse than
in the beginning, you see, what you find out are repo men who like Repo Man, like we did, repossess these organs, And in the first repossession scene, he slits the girl's throat and takes her heart. And it feels like he takes it real willy-nilly. It does not seem surgical. That's not safe. So maybe to your point, I don't know if they're
my thought is, yes, they are reusing them because one of them, and it may have been that scene there, you see a scan code on the organ.
And
the only reason to have a scan code on the organ is for pricing and inventory.
Yeah. And towards the end, he brings, like a spine back.
That's not sanitary. He can't reuse it. That's not been properly,
that's a shitty heart.
Cold. Who's going to use that heart? They should get a discount after that.
Yeah, they used a lot of soap and disinfectant wipes in this movie. It was just a lot of...
It was very clean.
It was very clean.
But I'm
mopping up after.
Yeah, absolutely.
Are you killed if you can't pay? Because sometimes it feels like the process of reclaiming these organs must kill you.
Oh, no, this is murder. 100%. This is not just repossessing the organs. It's murder.
Well,
because he's legal assassin.
Yeah, they made him as awful as you could be, and that first kill scene that you just described. I mean, it's brutal. So not only does he, she's gonna die because he's taking her heart, right? So he has to have fun by slitting her throat and then taking the heart out while she's still alive and kicking.
But do you have to do it that way?
No, that's my point.
Take him into a place.
You just conk him over the head and take the heart out.
Because there are times where and I'm poking holes in my own movie, but there are times when he is extracting organs in a more clinical situation.
Yeah,
but that just looks like a torture. Are you talking about in the basement room in his house? That just looked like a torture chamber to me.
Yeah, that's true.
And in that scene that I think you might be referring to, he cuts a hole in the man's abdomen and then reaches up through it to pull out the heart.
He does.
So I'm not sure that's clinical.
While he's still alive, it's Braveheart over and over again.
Oh, Jesus.
Plus, he also plays
they never
him like
yell
a puppet.
freedom.
So we're introduced through the comic intros. What did you think about that? Did that...
Sin City was what popped into my head.
It was exposition.
Yeah.
And is that you're too stupid to understand how a musical can show you the way? We need this...
That's just the way they were telling their story. It didn't bother me.
And I think each of the comic intros ended in a unique way. I can only save one. I can only punish one. I can only have revenge on one.
I thought the comics, I thought that they did a good job. I think that they, mimicked each other in a lot of different structures that looked cool.
Yeah.
And I do, though, think that they were to tell the story because they did choose to absolutely sing every single word in the movie. There wasn't any spoken dialogue.
From a theater perspective, is that normal?
Yeah, that's because they called it an opera, not a musical. They are resigning themselves to singing every single
part. That. There was literally no speaking dialogue?
There was no spoken dialogue whatsoever,
which
is why...
Very, very little.
No, I don't even think there was... I mean, if there was sing-talking, but it was... Mostly, there wasn't just normal spoken dialogue, and I think that's why they had to do a lot of the comics to get through a lot of that backstory, because otherwise,
because if you didn't watch it with subtitles, maybe you'd miss some things. But we're introduced to the Largo family.
Yeah,
Rati, Largo, and his 3 kids.
You're gonna. So I'm gonna do what I always do. I let you. We slid right past my note part. I'm only because you're going to enjoy this. So early on in the beginning, when the narrator, what do we call the guy?
Grave robber.
That's how comes out, right? And he looks like a vampire, right?
Yeah.
The long black hair, the pale face, the lipstick, and as soon as I saw that guy and he started talking and started, grave robber, started going into it, I go, Ryan did it to me. I said, Floor is in this movie.
Oh.
Because he looks like how she looks, and the lyrics he was singing.
Floor Jansen from Nightwish.
Absolutely. So
a new discovery of yours.
So did Glenn Mag help
Oh, I was waiting
that for you.
And when he's coming down the elevator from the top, what's his Roddy? that song that they're playing and the opera singing behind it was very Nightwish sounding. And I'm like,
things you find in the graveyard.
Yeah, so I was getting excited. I'm like,
find.
Fuck yeah, Flora's going to come out here and start killing people.
Oh, that's cool.
And rock it. Until I found out that sweet little Sarah Brightman, the biggest selling crossover soprano in the history of music, came out. I was pleasantly surprised.
Well done.
Pleasantly surprised, but I'm like, but as soon as I saw that guy, it was like a Monty Doro. I'm like, Ryan, you fucking did it to me. I go, Flora's going to come out, and I am going to have a floorgasm, and it's just going to be nuts.
So if you survived fucking Zombievers, you're going to survive anything that I throw your way. Guaranteed.
Well, now you tell me.
Even a weird Gothic musical.
You could have told me that like a week ago.
But that's why, the fun tension.
Okay, yeah. But, I had to share that.
To Largo, and it is discovered that Paul Sorvino's character is terminally ill. And there's, he created Gene Co., he created all this, and there's nothing he can do to save himself. And again, this is like Gothic horror. He's got these female bodyguards with gas masks and thongs.
Did you see them in that video back in the 80s?
Simply Irresistible.
Thank you.
Robert Palmer?
Yeah,
you think he is Robert Palmer?
No, the girls in the background with the lipstick all doing the same dance with the 80s dance with their hips.
I bet they use the same costumes.
Yeah.
It looks just like that.
I think so. They saved a little money on that $8.5 million.
Yeah, they took the guitars, took the guns,
Holy shit.
Replaced guns for guitars.
So it's established that he has these 3 kids, and they're the fucking worst.
And he'll tell you that too throughout the movie.
And I didn't clock a lot of the songs and the names, and I'll try my best. But Things You See in a Graveyard is him realizing that he has 3 shitty kids that he doesn't want to leave his company to, and he might want to leave it to. They flash to this young girl.
Yeah, Shiloh,
which again kind of piques your interest. You're like, oh, okay. That's interesting, and she seems to be sick. The song "Legal Assassin," where they established Nathan as like the Repo Man, is crazy.
Pretty rocking.
To your part with and the music. What do you think about the music? This is not your scene, so please.
No, I actually
as you want to be. What did you think?
I liked the music. I was impressed with that and the production. The only thing that got to me a little bit was just the over. I know this sounds bad, but they overdid the gore so much.
Right.
That was the only thing that was a little bit much for me.
And so they're establishing that this is a brutal thing that Nathan is doing. And I will say I'm on board right now. As the first time I saw this movie, the lead character, the Repo Man, his performance totally sucked me in. He was the right actor that just like I don't know. I don't know why I'm so compelled by this guy, but he's so good at being this torn, and there's reasons why.
Well, he's switching from being the loving, protective father to the most god-awful monster ever created.
What was his name? I'm sorry. I know you did that at the top.
Nathan.
Nathan. Not the actor's name. Has he been in other stuff?
He has. He was uncredited and
but that's it?
Sweeney Todd. He was in Ghost Rider, but he's been in 127 things, none of which I've seen.
I forgot. 127. Wow.
Yeah.
Because I thought his voice was great.
And it's not, to Jess's point, he's not an operatic singer. He's just
singing.
He's
definitely singing from up here in the throat and stuff. And only Sarah and Paul are the ones that are
right.
delivering.
But he's belting it out.
What did you think about that?
Yeah, he's for sure. Yeah,
Did that take you out or bring you in?
No,
just a regular actor. Just
all his
singing.
songs were rock songs, and that's how he was singing them.
Yeah,
yeah.
And he had to be doing these horrible, horrible things, and so we get to the point where Shiloh, who is sheltered in a bubble, and she leaves her home with a gas mask, and she's very into bugs, and she goes to what you find out later is her mother's tomb.
Yeah, she's hiding inside of that. Yeah,
and she's just having a snack.
Trying to catch a radiated butterfly.
Crazy bug.
Or whatever it was. It wasn't a butterfly, but...
Well, her use of the gas masks, though, I mean, it seemed to come and go. Like, sometimes she had to be careful outside, and sometimes
she's very
didn't,
clear about like being careful outside because of what her father has created for her.
Well, but then all her scenes, all her times with the grave robber, she has nothing on her face, and she's unconcerned.
That's a good point. So she's met by the grave robber, who is extracting bodies, and he's got a needle and he's pulling stuff out of people's nose.
Yeah. Why is the Zydrate?
And this is Zydrate, because they talk about it on the top. This is like some painkiller.
Yeah, it's like Vicodin and Oxycontin and everything.
But it's harvested. So when he sings that song, and I love the song that he sings in that scene.
I do too.
Why does he keep yelling at the end, "Graves," and try to get himself in trouble? Because he does it twice.
Why does he want to be caught? Right. Yeah, that's a good point. Does he want her to get caught?
I think so. He was like, because he had already punched a hole in the wall to escape
with a body. Did you see him? He's like taking a body like,
yeah,
come through here.
He slammed the head through the wall.
But Zydrate, this painkiller, comes from the sinew of dead bodies.
Well, out of the brains, I guess, because he shoves a needle up their nose.
And they don't talk about a lab or anything.
Yeah, that doesn't make it.
And it's clear.
It's pure.
And I watched it with the subtitles, and he is doing this because he owes a debt to GeneCo.
Wait, which one?
The grave
robber owes
he's
a debt
doing
too?
This
I didn't get that at all.
I didn't either.
He's a drug dealer.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But he owes a debt to them, so that's why he's doing it.
He doesn't give it to them. He sells it to the people on the street, including his daughter.
Yeah, but that's all part of the whole thing because GeneCo.
That's how he supports
delivers
himself.
all that and all that kind of stuff.
The grave robber works for GeneCo.
Yeah. Well, no, he's doing it because he owes a debt, and I was wondering, if he got an organ or whatever, and it's not very clear, but he's owing a debt to GeneCo, and that's why he's doing it.
I would not have minded more backstory on the grave robber.
I liked him a lot. I thought he was awesome.
Yeah,
I quite enjoyed him.
So again, Shiloh is sick. She has a blood disease, and that's when we get another.
That song is terrible. The genetics are such a bitch song.
Oh, Infected? I liked Infected.
Laughed.
God damn it.
I laughed out loud. I mean,
Infected is good.
It's funny that she's in the Spy Kids movies because I was like, she's terrible in this. Like her tone, and I know even that she's singing and, but she just sounds like a teenager doing all of her lines and all of her songs.
A lot of the bad reviews are about about her.
So
I didn't mind her. Did you mind her, Todd?
Not at all.
Go ahead. Go ahead.
I didn't mind her. I don't have the background that Jess does, so it didn't stick out to me like that. I didn't mind her singing at all. She just sounded like every other teeny bopper that's on the radio.
Maybe that's why. Maybe she's supposed to just sound like every other teenager, but then juxtaposed with Blind Mag and the other real voices.
The greatest selling operatic soprano singer of all time.
All the things you just said, that was fantastic. Against her, I mean, honestly, the two females in the movie were a real disappointment for me, and that was a bummer because you have Paris Hilton and you have the girl who plays Shiloh.
So
and
if the girl who played Shiloh sang better, would you have been happier?
Yeah, absolutely, because I think her character is good. Although that song is just clunky and it's trying to explain
the idea,
too much.
So what's happening is that the father is putting the dead nose juice in his daughter's water, and it comes to find out that he's keeping her sick in a way to protect her.
I didn't know it was a Zydrate he was dropping in there.
Yeah.
Well,
I thought it was something he created.
Sick. Yeah.
Well, he's keeping her sick.
But doesn't know it.
Because...
No, I think he knows it.
He's doing this on purpose.
That's why she collects the bugs, right? Because she's caught.
Yeah.
Right? She's pinned.
And I watched it a couple of times, but I was a little confused, and I went back and forth a couple times.
So the infected song, we disagree on that, but genetics are such a bitch is a fun line.
It was a fun line.
And I've noticed in this city, there's weird like giant screens just hovering over, and you see this in a lot of movies. You see it in Blade Runner. In what future is one company just jettisoning things up in the fucking sky?
Oh, like 12 Monkeys.
And then in 12 Monkeys. And just like commercials.
Can I say my favorite one? Replace your face. It was on so many different billboards. Replace your face.
But what are the I don't want to get into details, but what are the fucking mechanics of
this? I think
this?
you already did. You guys pick out details that I don't even...
You have a company...
That just made me laugh.
Like, think about the machine that needs to be propelled into the air and stay in the air forever.
Yeah.
How is it refueled? How is it powered?
It's solar.
How is there TV going on?
So the grave robber is taking fluid from dead bodies that gives people a natural high, and you're wondering about the aerodynamics of the signs.
What if if it fell one time and everybody died?
Did it sound like the stuff that was going on in what's his name, Rollins' head in the second? You never really died, or no? What was that?
You were never really here.
No, the one you picked. Henry Rollins.
Oh, he never died.
Oh, not
he never died. Same sounds that's going on in his head.
Yeah,
is being pumped out into the city.
If you lived over Traverse City, there was a giant thing that had 9 different screens
in the not too distant future, Ryan. In the not too distant future.
Like, who is that reaching? Who is that for? Why would you even fucking do that?
Yeah, I think we're way too liberal of a time.
All right.
Well, what I liked about the signs. So can I do say about the boards? I think that they were setting up the difference between surgery that is necessary and surgery addiction. And that's like Paris Hilton's whole character about her being addicted to surgery and the real blasé attitude about replace your face and anything that you're not happy with, you can then just use surgery to replace. That's the society.
Did you catch something? Because Bill Moseley keeps on tearing his shirt off to see that he has scars all over.
Yeah.
So he's replaced everything internally, but not on his face.
Yeah, well,
and then
they advertise that Genco now does, cosmetic surgery.
Cosmetic, and eyes were big.
It's not just organs. They went into a new market.
So now we get into a little bit of backstory where Nathan, our repo man, and Marnie, and this is Shiloh's mom, and Marnie used to be engaged to Roddy, and then she decided to marry Nathan.
She met Nathan,
and
he stole her heart.
In the
literally
in the illustration, Marnie gets sick and dies. And you're like, okay, I get it. There's tragedy. This is why
she's having Shiloh, and then she's sick and dying, and then he makes up a potion that he thought would save her,
and it doesn't.
Right.
And it poisons her.
He decides to save one, and he decides to save the baby.
Yeah.
Which I think is like, the imagery with like the blood coming out of her eyes, Marnie's eyes.
It's a Sophie's Choice.
I think that stuff was kind of powerful, to be honest.
Yeah, and it almost is like she probably couldn't have been saved, so he had to try and save the baby.
Yeah.
I guess. Yeah, and then that's the big twist coming up later on.
And so in Nathan's house, though, which I think is interesting as far as future stuff, he's got these hologram pictures, which are creepy as shit. Which would have been
way ahead of Harry Potter and totally reminded me of Harry Potter.
They're leaning out.
Yeah.
Did you see in his house?
They're 3D holograms.
In all of Marnie. And that's fucking
And it almost
terrifying.
looked like she was looking at her and following her around the room, like a Three Stooges or whatever the movie where the eyes in the painting.
If I had that technology, I wouldn't use it. I'd be like, fuck that.
You wouldn't have 3D holograms of me just following you around?
Just looking at me.
I'm gonna have them installed. I want them in every nook.
I wouldn't do it.
Pretty soon, your Alexa's going to have that projected 3D images coming out of it anyway.
Again, the nuts.
And it's really clear that Shiloh does not know what her dad does. And that's the kind of inherent tension, I think, which is kind of cool. because he's kind of billed, and you see in some of the flashbacks, he came up as a surgeon or as a doctor, and he's been forced into doing this by Roddy, but she has no idea.
I liked that. I liked that she had no idea. I also liked the conversation with the two of them on the phone where neither of them is aware of what the other one is doing. And they're
he's gutting that guy.
Yeah, that was a good moment where he's killing someone and
she's like, what are you doing? And what are you doing?
It's very BTK in all the the different serial killers that held a quote normal family.
So
he takes the kids to Cub Scouts and then does the most horrific murders and then comes back and slides into his tent. That's like real life, that actually happened.
And you really have seen these kind of things, and that's fascinating. So how do you think those people do that?
Documentaries. I've seen documentaries on BTK.
Thank God.
You're the BTK. Oh my God.
Yeah.
But how do you think those people do that?
He's in jail.
How do you think those people do that?
Well, they're what? Socio
going back and forth.
Yeah.
I liked that in ours he wasn't just a victim. I mean, he clearly is enjoying it. One of his songs, and you're better at knowing this.
That's the problem with this, is that I wish he was more conflicted, because there is one song where he's like,
he loves it.
Song, somebody's throw it out.
He's very Sweeney Todd in that song, where he is loving
and that's
the gore
Assassin, and so.
Well, I think
did that take you out of it at all? Like that he was.
No, I just looked at it as the dichotomy, but he reveals it in the end to me when he's singing that last song to Shiloh, and at the very end, the finale.
I think that's why he dies at the end. He's a complex character. He does enjoy.
We're gonna get there, but I love the warehouse scene with the kids, where if you didn't think they sucked bad enough,
oh God,
like Luigi just kills a woman, and then they have the song while she's dying and bleeding on the ground.
Oh, you gotta say what he says there? It's pretty fucking awful.
He says something about.
He's doing pelvic thrusts and talks about fucking a hole, and if there isn't one, make one, and then he just stabs that girl because she's standing there.
Yeah,
that was really bad.
That's crazy.
Yeah.
So
that was not great to watch. There were a lot of scenes that were really hard to watch.
And Rhodey is courting Shiloh, like you see throughout the movie. He's courting her, and what I noticed is his limo was like a 2008 Cadillac. Like, they didn't even try to make a futuristic car.
Budget restrictions.
Oh.
He's in like a
10.5 mil.
Like, what can we get? It's a 2008 Cadillac limo.
It's probably his car.
It could be his car.
Well, Sorvino drove it.
But throughout the movie, they're referencing a genetic opera, which is, so what do you think about that? Like, they're a genetic opera, and you're watching a movie called Repo, a genetic opera. Did you think that was distracting?
That was a snuff opera. That absolutely, where they kill someone during the opera. That's
they do.
You're talking about the advertising of the grand finale.
Yeah. Because there's posters.
Which is like a third of the movie.
Shiloh has posters for the movie in her bedroom.
Yeah, to go see the genetic opera, and that's what there's a countdown to when it's going to perform, and I don't think they ever really said what exactly. It felt like a variety show.
And so Blind Mag is an interesting character because she was a friend of Marnie, and she was blind. Yeah. And Gene Co. gave her sight in exchange for being their spokesperson, apparently forever.
And then not just sight, like sight that could also
so Blind Mag's look was that was pretty awesome.
She was awesome.
She looked awesome.
I mean, what were those contacts, do you think? I mean, some kind of crazy ass
eye makeup.
Contacts.
I mean, but so it's really clear in a later scene when she goes to Shiloh to say, "I'm your godmother," and she's projecting holograms of her mom.
Yeah.
I thought that was really cool.
I loved it.
Yeah. That was a really cool thing in
those
songs.
That song that they were playing it like with the backing up for a moment or whatever that that what is that technique where it sounds like it's being played backwards, and the lead up into it. That was like a pop song.
Yeah.
I don't know which one, but okay.
I missed it.
And that was kind of cool. So it's revealed in another kind of comic book thing, that Rhodey poisoned Marnie's medicine.
Right. Because she left him.
And
so he created that situation.
So you have this heartbreak of, I thought I killed my wife, but I didn't. I really didn't.
Does he find out that he wasn't the one who did it?
No, not until then.
Not until it's too late.
Yeah.
But yeah, just getting caught up in such the mindset that the body is in, that he is continually seeking revenge. Even when he gets revenge, he's still going after it. And then he wants the daughter to kill the father. It's just he's dying. He's a dead man walking.
And I think he is ready to leave the company to Shiloh.
Yeah.
If he gets his revenge.
And you see it later.
In his mind, he's created the ultimate revenge is getting Shiloh to kill her father.
So if you're a guy like that, do you hire just hot ladies and make them wear gas masks? What are your thoughts? You're like maybe Gene Co. CEO.
That's his thing.
And you're like, hey, ladies, short pants.
Well, they could have replaced their face. They could have not.
Maybe their faces were fucked up.
Maybe he hired them and they were really good at typing.
The look
and
of
then
them,
he made them look
with the guns.
They never
really
have the gas
striking.
masks off.
No, never. He has bodyguards and they're hot pant ladies.
They're from the video in the 80s, right?
Right. Yeah. Robert Palmer.
Right.
So this is Robert Palmer.
That's why they're wearing the gas mask, because it's 40 years ago.
Well, maybe.
That those videos came out, and their faces don't look like the same.
Oh, and they're having trouble adjusting to the atmosphere.
And he's like, I'm not paying for no Genco facelift. Yeah.
And at this point, I noted fucking Paul Sorvino can sing. I don't know what song it was, but there was one point where he was doing the work, and then he hit like a. Oh!
He does this Pavarotti.
Holy shit!
Yeah, he does. That's how you know he was.
Yeah, and
opera trained at that
it's
point.
him.
Yeah,
and it's so great, and so Shiloh is drawn to this Gene Co. fair under the guy, because I think Paul Sorvino wants to get to know her, get close to her.
Yeah.
But she feels trapped and she doesn't have her medicine. And that's the scene, Jess, where you talked about where her dad is gutting this guy.
Right.
And he's like, do you have your medicine?
He's like,
I don't know.
She has blood pressure warnings.
Yeah, it keeps on saying blood pressure warnings.
Like her,
whatever.
It says
low. Yeah.
Yeah, her genetic infection has to do with her blood pressure.
But there is no infection. That's the thing.
No.
And that's why it's heartbreaking. Because he has been tricked into poisoning his own daughter.
When the drug wears off, this what's it called? Zydrate wears off, maybe her blood pressure drops.
I don't think she has a problem at all.
Yeah, I don't think anything's wrong with her.
There's nothing wrong with her. It's Nathan.
Oh, it's a fake. It's a fake signal.
Yeah,
everything is fake.
He is scarred by his wife's death, which he thinks he caused.
Yeah,
right.
And he is protecting his daughter at all costs.
She's the butterfly in the jar.
Hence the insect stuff, which is kind of cool. So the grave robber frees her, and then she sees Amber, who's like, blind mags, she's reneging on her contract, and we're going to take her eyes.
Did we ever say that Amber is Paris?
Oh, yeah.
Yes, Amber is Paris.
I don't know that.
And she wants to be the singer.
She has the most porn name ever in a movie.
Amber Sweet.
Amber Sweet. If that's not a porn name,
it's a porn.
What do you think, Jess?
Yeah, and she clearly has changed it to be Amber Sweet because she's not one of the
I think
Largos. She's not a Largo.
Yeah, so she's changed her name.
She's done it on purpose.
But she's just the daughter of a rich guy.
Yeah.
And
the guy that's running the world, is what it looks like.
And so she sees Shiloh, and she's like, Blind Mag is going to be repossessed, blah, 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 blah. I'm not going to show up for my thing. And she doesn't show up for this thing that she's supposed to do at the fair.
Yeah.
And it's another way that she's disgraced her father. And so you keep on seeing the kids letting down the dad.
Yeah, they kind of related to the drug addiction.
And the surgery addiction.
Yeah.
That's what they're kind of starting to play
they're
now.
intertwined. The drug. Yeah, she does the drugs, and then she just gets more surgery.
So Nathan is asked by Roddy to repossess Mag's eyes. And he's in mid-surgery at this point, and it seems more clinical because he's not in a fucking alley or something. He's like...
Because he's not reaching up through someone's chest.
Wait, what? And because Mag is, a best friend of his deceased wife, he says, no, I'm not going to do this.
Yeah.
He's conflicted.
And that's a pretty good song,
Well,
too.
as their best friend, it's Shiloh's godmother.
Yeah.
That will make sense.
And when Mag visits Shiloh, that scene is super... I like that scene. I think it's a really cool scene. Because Shiloh is like, I'm not supposed to be out. And Mag's like, I need to connect with you. And she's saying, I'm your godmother. I thought you died. And that's the thing. Nathan told Mag that Shiloh died at birth.
Right. She never knew that Shiloh even existed.
Nobody knows.
Right.
So
that's another reason why he has to keep her locked up. Because he hasn't told anyone she even exists.
Yeah, he's got the whole overprotection thing going on too. He's afraid of losing her, so he keeps her in a bubble.
So as a dad, do you identify at all with any of this?
Well, do you identify with it?
Yeah,
you have a 14-year-old daughter.
And that's why the clip I have is the clip I have, and I'm going to try not to cry.
Yeah, the protection aspect of it all and stuff, it's that's what makes such a dichotomy between when they cut to the other scenes, literally.
Because what he's doing is awful to his daughter. She is closed off from the world, which admittedly is a fucked up world.
You totally accept that he loves her.
Yeah. And I think that it's really conflicting. The actor is so good that you kind of believe him, but what he's doing is terrible. It's terrible. It's relatable as a dad, in a way, but it's terrible what he's doing.
Yeah, he doesn't want her to go out in that awful world
and it's clear that she's capable.
Yeah, he locks her door and she gets out every single time. Yeah. And there's no scenes of her getting out of the locked door. She's just out.
No,
there's a tunnel in the
secret passageway in their fireplace.
Yeah.
That's how he gets out, and that's how she gets out.
From her room?
There's one in the room where she gets out from the room and is going through a tunnel, but they don't really show how. Because in that first scene in the beginning,
has a gas mask.
And she's going through a tunnel to the to her mom's mausoleum or whatever that is.
Well, I saw him lock the door so carefully every time, and then she somehow thwarted him. And
she has this song that probably annoyed the piss out of you.
Which one?
17.
Oh no, I loved it. In fact.
The punk rock song.
I was a huge fan. Joan Jett was in that song.
Yeah. Did you see Joan Jett in the background?
I wrote some notes on Joan Jett. Are we to that point, or are we still doing the?
No.
Well, so what I loved here, this is why you have me here, right? So I can compare and contrast classic musicals. This is compare and contrast this with Sound of Music. 16. I am 16, going on 17, and this is her 17 song.
Oh.
Where she screams out, at least I'm not 40.
I'm a fucking Neanderthal.
Yeah, I got that 17 better than 40.
Oh my God.
Because that's the argument, father-daughter argument going on.
At least I'm not 40.
And he says, what can
your
you do?
Argument's
You're 17.
Gonna be, that skirt's too short. Hell no, you're not going with that boy. He's 3 years older. This argument just happens to be in a different place and time, so it's just over her getting out of her bubble, but it's the same thing.
Yeah, a very relatable moment. But at least I'm not 40.
Good luck with it,
Hurt
Ryan.
a lot.
I
I
already did it all.
But he hits her.
Yeah.
And that I didn't like.
It's not okay.
Even within the context of the story.
Yeah.
It, his history of violence and her... That song I really liked, and I like seeing Joan Jett. I was like, "Holy shit, Joan Jett! That's awesome."
So as soon as I saw Joan Jett, I wrote, "Joan Jett has Genko," and you'll understand what I mean when you watch it.
But
she looked good.
I don't.
We've met her in person. She looks that good in person.
We have met her, and she.
But it's.
Oh yeah.
She walked out.
They all look like that.
Like the fucking crypt keeper. She's just like old and took a picture with us, and then she got on stage like a fucking monster.
Well, it's Zandite.
She had that guitar and she was.
No, when we met her at Cherry Fest.
Yeah,
Yeah, she takes some feel
but
good.
She looked really
small
and frail. So maybe she's taking Zydeco or whatever.
Zydeco. I love. Let's call it Zydeco.
That and
she's taking New Orleans music as her feel good pill.
All right, I'm lost again.
Zydeco
is a term that is related.
She has a guy with a washboard.
New Orleans
music. That's the.
You're right. And Xanday. What is our
Zydrate.
Drug?
Zydrate. Jesus Christ.
There's a smart one in the room. Yeah. And it ain't us, right?
I took notes. I was really intimidated.
So what I think is kind of cool is Nathan has now said, Meg is not doing the spokesperson. Nathan's not doing it. And Rati says, hunt him down. And then you see the small print in Mag's contract that says your eyes are forfeit. So she thinks she can just kind of retire from being the spokesperson. And Roddy, the contract says, no, you can't do it.
Yeah. And the two scenes there were so you had the father-daughter fight, where he slapped her, the 17 better than 40 thing. Then she goes to fair the Joan Jett thing.
You like that line? Better than 40?
Yeah, that's because that's exactly what a teenager would say to you.
Right.
You're old and stupid, and you just gotta, you bite through your lip, you get chipped crowns and stuff. It's coming. Wait, brother. But then they do a father-daughter thing between Roddy and Amber, and the whole thing over the surgeries, and
she's addicted.
And she's like, the surgery's only $90,000, and then he finds in her.
So like, there's a huge father-daughter
comparison.
Theme through this movie, and that's, I'll be honest, my clip is at the end, and I was really struggling.
Yeah,
I didn't know what I wanted to do, but if I'm being real, the clip is what took me to this movie and made it worth it for me.
Yeah. I mean, I know what you're talking about, and I wrote emotional, on that, and my notes in that.
You're pulling my clip?
No.
Do you know what it?
No, I'm not calling it, but I'm just saying that I used emotional for the description. Emotional ending for father-daughter.
Yeah. So there is a genetic opera, and you have a little bit of scenes of watching Nathan just doing his Repo Man, just doing fucking Repo Man shit and grabbing people's organs and all that kind of stuff, which you set this guy up as a badass. But I don't look at him that way. I look at him like a dad.
Well, he's wearing a mask when he does his Repo serial killing.
Sometimes he's not. Sometimes he puts it on in the middle, and the thing comes on in the eyes. But I don't see him as Van Damme. I don't see him as, I see him as a guy who's doing what he's doing for his kids.
He's Jack the Ripper.
And he's a badass. So we have this genetic opera after the fair of GeneCo. And did you notice the old lady DJ?
No. Oh, oops.
The DJ for the
little
thing?
old lady spinning the records. Yeah.
No. Oh, that's.
You did?
Yeah.
And I wrote down old lady DJ.
But it didn't strike me. But now that you say it, that's kind of funny.
She's just a little old lady.
You never see that, right? Yeah.
Well, it's pretty rare. I mean, I don't know when you're casting a movie. I don't know if you...
Wait, we're talking...
let's put an old lady as the DJ.
Yeah. It's funny.
It could be anybody.
She could have availed herself to some cosmetic surgery.
Maybe she's badass. That's for sure. So this is the final act, right? So Jess, in musicals, what do you do with music at this point?
Well, I think actually... Even before this, I want to talk about the one that I think is the end of Act 1. Like if you were talking about an actual play, an actual musical that you were watching on stage, or an opera that you were, the end of Act 1 is always a really big scene, a really big song, and that's when every character gets to come out and say their piece. Yeah. And that's the Night at the Opera song that they keep singing. And each,
because Repo Man is a song that they keep Repo Man. I mean, there's not one song that kind of continues throughout the movie, but that one, right?
Well, the one that I really liked, that I thought tied everything together as far as feeling your act break was the at the opera tonight, that one where they kept doing, and each actor, and that everybody got to do that one.
Oh,
and
yeah, they did.
Mm-hmm.
Everybody got a part in that. And then there was a break, kind of bringing the action down, and then you come into the actual genetic opera, which then I think it follows again the formula for Act 2. It slows down, and somebody dies at the end. This is, the classic opera, and nobody's going to go home happy.
So
I wish I'd have known that going in.
So, from a musical standpoint, I think.
Wait.
Oh, no.
So when operas came out, way back in the day, Black Plague, no surgery, people dying just because you cut your finger. Women were not treated well in the 1960s, so I can't imagine back then. Operas were coming out, Mozart, Beethoven, they're all writing operas and stuff like that. So that's what's going on.
Yeah. Honestly,
That's the pattern they're trying to follow, I would say.
So would you
But it's
call
not your
this
parents'
like
opera.
a traditional? It's not.
Well, my point.
Well, that's why they, add all the violence and the blood and the gore and the sex, because they're trying to distance themselves from.
I missed my point.
Traditional.
I started the engine and I took off down the drag strip and then I went.
We were waiting. We were with
it
you though. Like
stalled.
I'm running.
I know.
You got
it's the head
something there.
cold.
No,
it's what I'm like.
no.
So when you said, Jess, that it's an opera, somebody dies in the end, it's an opera, it's never a happy end. What did you expect?
Right.
So then I'm going back, time and place of when operas were being created and really big, all the fame, so they needed more depression. They needed to have somebody die in the end.
They are all tragedies.
You couldn't leave with that.
Can you point to a positive opera?
No, but what I'm saying
is something good happened.
Your life sucks, so then you go to the opera to feel even worse.
They're more emotional, right? They're pulling emotion out of you. Nobody
Cousin Eddie just died
happy.
from a cut on his finger.
Yeah.
And, his wife and the 12 kids, we don't know how they're gonna eat. Let's go to the opera.
Well, it's the very opposite of our romantic comedies. It's not a When Harry Met Sally.
Yeah, all that shit was crazy intense. It was. And you
but
look
it's almost
at theater back in the 1800s, it was intense. And I get it. You think you're trying to escape, and you're not. You're watching supernatural craziness.
Or they're trying to that I guess my life isn't that bad.
Right, there you go.
Yeah, maybe that's it. Maybe that's it.
They make the operas so depressing that they're like, oh, hey, I'm okay.
So Dad could be a serial killer.
We have and there you go. We have the Shiloh coming to the genetic opera, and after we see the old lady DJ, the Repo Man is identified to her as her dad. And she hits him, not knowing who's under the mask.
So
that scene was rough.
What's in the
Never
mask?
hit your mother with a shovel. It leaves a dull impression on her mind. One of my favorite movies, Butch Cassidy and the Sundance Kid. So she hits him with a shovel. It comes up behind him and whacks him in the head with a shovel.
Yeah.
That was awful.
Yeah.
Could that have been any more nasally in my voice?
You're showing showing a strong woman. Somebody who's been like, all of this is awful for her. How she's been treated all her life. But when she's out in the world, she's fucking strong. There's nothing that holds her back. So much so that she doesn't hesitate when she hits her dad in the head.
Yeah, and she's told if you give me the Repo Man, you inherit Genco.
So Roddy is dying, and he says, if you kill your father, you inherit this company.
Yeah, first it's the Repo Man, and then when she finds out the Repo Man is her father, then it's kill your father. Kill the wabbit.
I think I was having trouble staying awake at the end because I missed a lot of this.
Did you see that more than once or just one time?
I saw it. twice, because it was one of the very first musicals that Ryan and I think were we married? When did this come out? Were we married when this came out? It's been so long.
Wait,
you
took her to this on a date?
No, I didn't.
No, but he brought it home specifically for me. I mean, in his love. It's a musical. You'll love it.
I got this.
Was there roses
we'll watch
involved
it together.
in this?
No, I got this through Netflix DVDs. So this is at the time.
Oh, they mailed it to you?
When Netflix was, a different company.
Oh,
and I liked the idea of it. I liked and Ogre from Skinny Puppy, to be honest, was one of those things I was like, oh, shit, cool. And then I saw Paris Hilton later, and I'm like, oh, fuck. But I thought this would be an easy sell because it's a musical, and I fucking hate musicals.
Yeah.
I do.
And he never watches them with me.
And
so this was one he could watch
minutes
with me.
into this movie, I was like, I get it. Like, the leader of Cradle of Filth could have been on this. Like it's a gothic. I got it.
So
now, if you
Cradle
listen,
of Filth is is what?
We won't go into that.
It's a band.
Yeah, it's a band. But I will say, if you Alexa, play Repo, the genetic opera, you're welcome. Because if you listen to this outside of the movie, because in the movie you maybe don't think that the songs are that memorable.
Were you just trying to activate everybody's Alexa?
Alexa?
Yeah, absolutely
audience?
was. He's so sneaky. That's
Play
diabolical.
Repo, the genetic opera.
Right through their headphones.
Yeah.
And but when, because I've spent the last few days listening to the soundtrack, and the songs, and
they're good.
Like while you're watching it, they don't seem that memorable for some reason.
Because what they're trying to do with the dialogue, with singing the dialogue, that part was not well done, and it was really clunky, and it takes you out. And they were doing their best with it. Paul Sorvino did the best, where it kind of still seems to be organic. Well, no, yeah, and hers was a lot more. She did have a lot more song than spoken parts.
Just surprising they had her in that movie,
right?
That little independent blood and guts movie,
right?
Yeah,
they got Sarah Brightman. I'm like, what the fuck is she doing in here?
Right.
It's supposed to be Floor.
One of her nephews produced it somehow or somewhere. So there's a family connection there. She got roped into that.
Well, no, actually, there was another actress who was supposed to be in that role, and due to budget restrictions, she dropped out, and Sarah Brightman joined.
Who the hell would cost more than Sarah Brightman?
So I don't know who that is. I have that bit of knowledge.
Floor Jansen.
Do you remake this movie with Floor Jansen?
It would be a different. She could be the Repo woman.
A sequel with Floor?
No, she's going to become riding a horse with swords.
Just like we did Repo Man. There's a sequel by the director Repo Woman. We could produce a sequel to this. Do you want to do that?
No, she's got to be a vampire, and she's also got to have.
We could do whatever the fuck we want.
One of her minions, from the Most Beautiful Island, the Russian vampire.
Oh yeah,
yeah,
yes.
That's but Floor is gonna be like the Sturba of the vampires.
Sturba,
and she's gonna have a sword too with her Xena outfit. It's gonna be badass, people.
So,
this is quite a fantasy you two have created.
We've got Shiloh on the stage, and with Roddy's dying breath, he shoots Nathan. She says, "I'm not going to kill my father." Yeah. And he shoots Nathan.
Yeah.
And
we do
her
the
love redeems him because she forgives him at the end, which is also part of the formula. We
kind of skipped over with Sarah Brightman.
Yeah. Blind Meg.
And her final performance.
Yeah.
Gouges
out.
So
she takes the place of Amber.
Oh, the sound effect?
Yeah. Blind Meg takes the place of Amber, who bails again, and she finishes her song, and in defiance, literally takes her eyes out.
Yeah, and the whole time she's singing, she's got these razor blades on her index fingers, or spears.
Yeah, which I did not track at all. I just thought was part of her cool, gothic
outfit.
costume. Yeah. I was genuinely surprised.
Yeah, I mean, I saw those things, and then it was all about she was supposed to get her eyes repossessed, and then that was her.
So were you clocking like her doing something to herself, or were you like?
I don't
she's
remember.
She's trying to defend herself.
I don't remember because I watched it a couple of times, and I can't remember if the first time through. I want to say yeah, because I saw those daggers, and I'm like, she's gonna. Yeah, it made sense that she was gonna defy him.
Well, and it also makes sense.
And then he cut the rope.
Yeah.
She gets impaled.
Her character as the innocent, she is supposed to die, right? Like that also
because operas are, hey kids.
Yeah, very formulaic.
It's fun. Let's go.
Yeah, look at all this horror.
Yeah.
Your life is not so bad. You ate 3 days ago.
Right.
What are you complaining about?
So that happens, and then Roddy shoots Nathan and in his daughter's arms. So my clip, and I thought about this a lot, and I thought about what kind of clip to do in a musical. You should do maybe a musical clip. So this is the song that got me the most. May Get Me Now.
Yeah. I'm there with you. I wrote emotional right by it. So, this is what happens to dads.
This is not the whole thing, but this is the song that is sung when he is shot.
Sometimes I wanted to cry when the people on TV were not quite the way we were. Somehow I guess I just knew. But I didn't know I love you so much. I didn't know I love you so much. I didn't know I love you so much, but I do.
Sometimes I'd stay up all night, wishing to God that I was the one who died. Sometimes there's not enough time, but I didn't know I love you so much. I didn't know I love you so much. I didn't know I love you so much, but I do.
You all right?
Got me again.
Except for the part I didn't know.
You weepy bastard.
Of course he knew. We all do.
Well,
until he's gonna leave her, until he's gonna lose her, I guess. Have to leave her type of thing.
Yeah.
Well, that's how he's redeemed.
Well, and he starts it off to really get you like your mother's calling me, and her mother's obviously passed, and
the rest of the song is incredible.
Yeah.
And it's short. It's not a real long song.
Yeah.
And not a lot of the songs in this movie are very long. But when you listen to them aside from the movie, they're really great. Outside of the story. It's really kind of cool. But that song, first time I saw it.
Yeah, it's highly recommended to download the soundtrack for sure. Not a sponsor.
Not a sponsor.
Open to, what's your line? Open to
sponsorship.
That was easy.
So at the end of the movie, do you remember what happens?
With Paris?
Yeah.
We don't even call her Amber. That's funny. We've been calling her Paris.
Her face falls off during a performance, which is fucking hysterical.
I had trouble. You
didn't like that?
No, I had to avert my eyes.
Like when her face slides off her
She's pulling it up through the whole performance like it's a bandana.
That part
is it's
comical.
rolling down her head.
And she's like sliding it back up. Yeah, that was
so that was
really
good
comical.
acting then, because it got both of you. But neither of you will admit it because it's Paris
I think
Hilton.
her face was actually sliding off, though. I don't know if it was acting. That was something that an overlay that they really were putting.
She goes up to sing a song.
Jess has daggers on her index fingers.
There is.
Look how Paris
There is no way. That was exactly. That was too good to be acting, frankly.
But she gets the company, and then she auctions off her face.
Yeah. They kill the top 3 that win the auction because the face-wearing brother has to win the auction.
Yeah, and Pavi wins the auction.
Yeah. And what band is he in?
Skinny Puppy.
Jesus Christ.
You're going to go home and
Todd,
No, I won't.
No, you're not.
I won't.
You're not.
Yeah, I guarantee. There's certain. I just get a gut feeling when I should look up a band. Yeah,
you're not going to do it.
Skinny Puppy is not it. Circle Jerks is not it. What was that one? The other one you said earlier that was like just
Black
gross.
Flag.
Cradle of Filth.
Cradle. Yeah. Do you know them, Jess? Have you heard Cradle of Filth?
I've been married to Ryan for 18 years next Tuesday, so I have heard all of these bands. Yes.
Wow.
Infant Annihilator.
So you took your wife into a Cradle of Filth?
No, Napalm Death though. I've been to Napalm Death.
Yeah.
No, that was. Well, I guess I did say it literally, but it was supposed to be
I've done
a little
just terrible things. I've done terrible things to this amazing woman.
We're making jokes at your expense there.
So added notes in 1996, Damon Smith had a friend who was going through bankruptcy, and whose possessions were going into foreclosure. Inspired by this, Smith came up with the idea of a future where not only one's property, but also one's body parts could be repossessed. Smith and Terrence Zudnich,
this poor man,
collaborated ideas and plot lines to create the first version of Repo titled The Necro Merchant's Debt, which told the story of a grave robber in debt to a repo organ man.
Necro. There's your next band.
The Necro Merchant.
The Necro Merchant really flows off the tongue.
I got through that.
That'll look good on a t-shirt.
It was first performed at the John Raitt Theater in 2002. After being such a success, creator Smith and Zdunich expanded on the universe to create all the storylines that became Repo, the Genetic Opera, in 2006. There are 56 total songs in this movie, including the instrumentals. Shit. So do you, when you think about the instrumentals, do you think about that? Or no?
I would have said 20 songs. 56.
56.
Wow.
Are they counting, because there's a lot of them that are reprised. So are they counting each of them
I think
separately?
Instrumentals without, where they're not singing. Songs recorded but not included in the movie include Crucifixus, sung by Mag.
It's wordplay.
Come Up and Try My New Parts.
Oh my God.
Sung by Amber.
Did Paris Hilton? I was just going to say that. Did Paris Hilton sing that one?
And she also sings this. Can't Get It Up If the Girl Is Breathing.
Well, that's the old Necro.
Sung by Amber.
Oh, that's the great robber.
The Towel of Mag and Needle Through a Bug, sung by the Grave Robber. So the song that gets me so much, and you're going to make fun of me forever for being a weepy bastard about, the song I Didn't Know I'd Love You So Much was originally a lullaby composer Darren Smith sang to his son.
Aww.
And according to director Darren...
I love that.
I know, right?
Ryan's trying to be strong right now.
I know.
I mean, it takes on a
if we
different...
keep him off target, he's going to...
dark purpose, but...
It's not dark. It's... So according... so I want to share this. This is IMDb trivia, but who knows. According to director Darren Lynn Bozeman, Paris Hilton was so passionate about the film being made that when production was going to be halted due to budget going over by $50,000, Hilton made a paid appearance at a nightclub for that sum to make up the difference and keep filming going. Despite this, she is not credited as a producer.
Well, there you go. Humanitarian.
I mean...
And I'll bet you she didn't even,
Can we say enough
I bet that happened. I bet that happened.
I'll bet she didn't even sing at that appearance.
Yeah.
She just showed up and
no, she just had
celebrity appearance in L.A. Yeah.
Well, good for her.
So IMDb trivia, dubious, but I kind of think that that's probably true.
Yeah.
If she wanted to,
can we get Jess to admit that was a kind-hearted, good thing from an actress-singer in a movie named Paris Hilton?
I think that if that is actually true, and if that actually happened, it would have been a kind-hearted gesture. I doubt its validity.
All right.
I'm not going to get into the linguistic study of what she just said, but replay it. It's pretty interesting.
So, as we always do, we are going to end with some reviews.
Hey, that's a new thing.
Oh.
It is a new thing.
Reviews.
All right.
Is it the opera? Is it the opera that made you feel like singing it?
Yeah.
Oh, guys.
But it wasn't thought about. It just came out.
You were channeling Paul Sorvino.
Yeah.
Let's do
reviews.
Don't sing the reviews.
1 out of 10. All right, no. 1 out of 10. And I will say, listeners, email us at alittleindependentpodcast@gmail.com with feedback. Thank you for listening. And if you like more musical movies, send us ideas for musical independent movies.
What do you think of this, Ryan? It's 20 episodes now, so we're coming up on what, 5 months? 5 months coming up. Gonna be 6 months before we know it. Maybe our listeners want to start sending us movie suggestions of independent films.
We hope.
Is that
at this point?
What do you think? Should we?
Please send. Please.
Okay, let's do it. Battle cry has been put out.
All right, so these are longer reviews, and I'm going to really do my best. First one, a bad review, titled, "If the people behind Hannah Montana did a gorehound flick." First, I feel I must clarify something. Putting blood and guts and goth girls in a movie does not make it edgy, a cult classic, or provocative. It also needs to have acting, good songs, if it is a musical, and an interesting story. I have not found a movie I have disliked watching more than this in a long time. As my title says, I felt like I was watching some Disney Jonas Brothers kind of crap. Jonas Brothers?
With Sarah Brightman?
Disney crap.
But whereas,
Disney's taking a turn.
and not appropriately punctuated, Disney Channel stories call to Hollister-type crowds, this is for the trendy, just as spoiled teenagers at Hot Topic. To me, there's no difference. It was just blood and guts instead of haircuts and glitter.
I don't disagree with the part about the teenager. I do think that she was miscast.
Uh-oh. At one point, in a perfect, like, seriously, oh my God, oh, LOL.
You could sing that part. Maybe sing the...
That's the only way. At one point, in a perfectly, like, seriously, oh my gosh, storyline, she spouts, why, 'cause I'm 17? Well, it's better than 40. Well, then cuts the horrific rock and roll sugar-coated spoiled brat anthem. Every teeny bopper who chose Hot Topic over Abercrombie and Fitch was probably rocking out. Yeah, my dad is so lame. He makes me take out the trash. It's not fair. I'll show him what a badass rebel I am. This one scene, this Joan Jett respect-killing scene, was more painful than any scene I've ever seen in any movie ever. This whole movie was filled with horrible lines that I could go on and on about. Bottom line is this. This movie made me cringe in its horribleness. Oh my gosh. Guts and singing at the same time? Yes, trendy teenagers, go see it and pretend it's groundbreaking and pretend it's a cult classic, but it's not. I love gore movies. I love horror movies. And any self-respecting gorehound or true hardcore horror fan will stay away from this movie forever.
Ryan, are you a self-respecting horror fan?
I'm not a self-respecting anybody.
Who wrote that? What's the handle?
I'm not gonna. I don't read.
Oh, it has their actual email. No. It's not like
yeah.
Upset in Minnesota.
His name's Paul Johnson. It was a 101 Happy Street.
I think Upset in Minnesota was moved and was upset by some of the feelings that they felt in their gore movie.
Yeah, there was a paragraph I didn't read about infected and genetics. Mm-hmm. To your point. Mm-hmm. So this person may be connected with you.
I think so. I think they're having some trouble. And I think the 17 anthem is doing exactly what it's meant to be. I just think that she delivered it badly.
Oh boy. All right. 10 out of 10. Nothing like it. I have been to cult films. I have been to great grand openings of everything from movies to books to games to this and that. If there is an opening, I will go to it. this movie, this entire experience, it was like nothing I've ever been to in my life. People are asking whether or not this type of movie will gain cult status. But the fact of the matter is, it already has. To quote Darren.
Do you quote Darren?
I'm standing up here, and I see the 70% of you are all in costume, and the others are saying, damn it, why didn't I didn't dress up? Dressing up isn't all that makes a cult the fans are. The fact of the matter is, this movie has a rabid, feasting fan base that would gladly hogtie and grapple you to the movie just so you have experience seeing it.
Hogtie and rabid.
Those who say that this movie is crap, that it doesn't have an audience, and that its music is, quote, my personal favorite, atonal, either weren't watching, listening, or paying any attention to it at all. This movie is worth far more than anything I've seen in theaters for years. It is easy one of the most unique experiences of my life. I'd rather see something completely unique, even if it's offensive, gritty, shot with handheld camera, and starring sock puppets, than watch any more of this wannabe good movies that have been coming out. These quote-unquote masterpieces that people consider to be so amazing have nothing on a movie like this. This movie is untouchable. It's completely beyond all words. Everything about this movie has a unique touch that is completely noticeable in absolutely every scene and song. It's an insult to creativity and artistry that a movie such as this should be shoved in only 7 cities and outcasting all those who want to watch it badly. Myself and 2 friends drove down from Canada.
Hey?
Sorry. I wanted to get through this. Sorry.
Well, this is a good one.
Myself and 2 friends drove down from Canada to watch it in Seattle, and we weren't the only ones. And some of the people at our showing were from Texas.
This review is a journey.
This movie will surpass any movie this year and the years simply because of the fans. Do not miss watching this movie. If you can watch it, even if the theater is 3 or 4 hours away, do it! Do it in costume, shriek, and have the best time of your life.
Shriek? Do it in costume and shriek?
Do it now.
Yeah.
Do it now.
Do it now. Well,
and have the best time of your life.
Well, what was you know, this was your pick. What made you like it enough to bring it to the podcast?
That I didn't know I'd love you so much song.
And
that got me.
And scene.
Yeah.
Yeah. So that well, again,
that really got me.
A great ending.
You know, it's not a catchy
makes
song.
a movie. You know,
it's not a catchy song.
It is a catchy song, though. The fact that he repeats her.
But when you look at your kid and you're like, I didn't know I'd love you this much.
Yeah.
And I'd do anything for you.
Yeah. I mean, I've often said, you know, I'd step in front of a bus, you know, or whatever, and you know, that kind of thing. That you just that's the way it is.
And so, if you listen to the movie or watch the movie and you get to the end, I think the hero song is at the end. But that, yeah.
Yeah, the end of the opera, the final scene of the opera.
Yeah.
Before she walks out. So, an ending is everything. You know, people will forgive, you know, crappiness up until if you have a great ending, you know, they forget it all.
Yeah.
It's definitely makes up for anything.
So my wife as a
That's not
musical movie.
Yeah.
Out of 5 stars.
So I'm disappointed that was your favorite song. You two are so taken in by the schmaltz, you dads. I enjoyed that song. I'm not saying
go stand in the corner.
Right. The ones that I really liked were, and I think that they use parallel structure in the songs all the way throughout, where one actor would sing a line and then another actor would sing those exact words, but then add their own story to it. And I really liked the one and I'm not going to remember the name of this song, but you listen to all of them. The one when they're in the alley and Paris Hilton comes up, and it does start with the grave robber part, but something about in a little blue vial, blue vial.
Yeah.
And I really like that because
infection.
Is that what it was called?
Yeah, I think so. Yeah.
Not like that terrible one in the beginning though.
Yeah,
when she's singing, that's when
the narrator. Yeah, that's a good song.
And when he's saying his part, and then he has this like Greek chorus that's like repeating it behind him. It's fantastic. I really thought that was the best song in the whole thing. And I do think that's groundbreaking, that they were able to take a lot of really traditional tropes, but use them in a completely new way. And if they were a little heavy-handed on making it edgy with the drugs and the gore, I think you can forgive them that.
Well, I never go to theater. Ryan, you probably don't unless, you're...
family.
Like, not movie family. Theater. Theater. What's stage theater? What would we call it?
You have to say it. The theater.
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 Not the movie. Yeah, and you don't go that much unless you're required to.
I get one a year.
So it's really good to have your perspective, because we just would have shot all past all that stuff, because we don't like break it up into the acts. And normally in the theater, this comes up, you always end with this part, and you have this kind of thing, and they always die in the end. What do you want?
Well, I think that's what was cool about this, that they did try to follow a lot of those patterns.
But I wouldn't have known that. I don't have
Todd,
the references.
Thank you, Todd.
Did you like the movie? Oh my God.
I think it's a difficult movie
thought
to
it was,
say you like.
Yeah,
You don't have to. It doesn't bother me.
No, this is. I'm always honest. I thought it was an amazing production. There was a lot of good music in it, and I think the gore was over the top.
Yeah,
I think it was just too much, but that's their artistic choice. So that's just where I was at. But no, I watched the movie more than once, so it's not like I said, "Oh, hell with this, I'm not even taking notes," So no, I did not like it, but it's not something I would have watched if it wasn't on your list.
And that's
why
what
we makes
do
this
what
so
we
good.
do.
Yeah,
that's why we do. What
I
we
would have
do.
never watched this. Yeah.
All right. Well,
and Sarah Brightman surprised the shit out of me. So I did. I couldn't believe she was in this movie.
Yeah, Sarah Brightman's amazing. Well, thank you so much for listening to this podcast. Thank you so much for pursuing independent film. And Todd.
Yes, Ryan.
We'll always have
Monty Doro.
Who are those guys?
Who are those guys? You'll love it. It's just a little independent.
Love it. It's just a little independent. You're about to say.
You'll love it. It's just a little independent. You're gonna love it. It's just a little independent.
Love it. It's just a little independent.
Like I'm introducing a movie to you.
Like you're about to.
Oh. Yeah. All right. Yeah.
Just a little independent.